Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to be working on comparing characters, settings, events, and experiences between stories. So let's get started. The first story we're going to read is called Cardinal and Robin. A cardinal and a robin lived in a tree. They needed to build a nest. Cardinal worked hard building a nest. Robin just sat and watched. Cardinal told Robin that she needed to start making her nest. Robin thought she could do it later. She kept on waiting. Cardinal started forming her nest with mud and leaves. Robin just napped. The next day, they were ready to lay their eggs. Robin tried to quickly make her nest. She could not find any twigs or leaves. Cardinal felt sorry for her, so she shared her nest. She told Robin to work hard next time. That was story 1. Here's story 2. It's called The Ant and the Grasshopper. Now, as I read story 2, I want you thinking in your head about Cardinal and the Robin and what events took place in that story, who the characters are and what they were doing. And we're going to see if there's any similarities or things that are the same in The Ant and the Grasshopper and some differences. And that could be the characters, in the setting, or really in the events that take place and the experiences that the characters have. So here we go. Ant and the Grasshopper. An ant and grasshopper lived in the forest. The ant worked hard. The grasshopper was lazy. The ant told the grasshopper to get to work. Winter was coming soon and they needed food. The grasshopper said he didn't care and went to sleep. 4 months later, winter came. It was freezing. The ant had a lot of food to eat. The grasshopper had no food to eat. He went to the ant's house to ask for food. The ant felt sorry for the grasshopper. He told him he should have worked hard in the summer and should not be lazy. Well, now that we read both stories, let's look at our organizer for comparing and contrasting our story elements. So we have characters, the setting, problem, and the solution. Okay, so in story 1, which is the cardinal and the robin, let's think about who our characters were. Go ahead and think about it in your head. You have them? Let's see if you're right. Oops, I forgot. Oh my goodness, we can't forget the story 2. It was the ant and the grasshopper. Now we're ready to talk about the characters. Let's see if you're right. Hope you said the cardinal and the robin. That was pretty easy, right? That's right. Those were the characters in story 1. What about in story 2? Of course, the ant and the grasshopper. That also was easy. Now, when we think about our setting, remember, we think about where the story took place. And we try to get as detailed as possible. So think in your head about the cardinal and the robin. Where were the events taking place? Well, I hope you said it was in a tree and it was outside. That's what I said. And now, ant and the grasshopper. Where did the story take place? What was the setting? In a forest and outside. Awesome. Now, every story has a problem and hopefully a solution. So in the cardinal and the robin, what was our problem? Oh, I remember. Cardinal worked hard to make a nest, and Robin was lazy and did nothing. Geez, that's not nice. What about in the ant and the grasshopper? What was the problem in that story? That's right. The ant worked hard to store food, but the grasshopper did not. Now, how did the characters solve their problems? Well, in the cardinal and the robin, Cardinal felt sorry for Robin, so she shared her nest. She was really sweet and kind. And in the ant and the grasshopper, ant felt sorry for Grasshopper, so he shared his food. Well, after filling out this organizer, I feel like there's a bunch of things that are similar about both stories or alike. I wonder if you thought about the same thing. Now, up here, you can see my little key, and a red circle is going to tell how they are alike, how the stories are alike, and a green rectangle is going to show how they're different. I wonder if you have the same similarities as me. Well, let's see the first one. Well, our characters, they're not similar. What about in our setting? Yes, in our setting, they both took place outside. Now, one was in a tree and one was in a forest. That's kind of similar too. What about in our problem? Oh, look, here. In this story, Cardinal and Robin, Cardinal worked hard. In this story, the ant worked hard. So those experiences that the characters completed, they both worked hard. That's a similarity. And in our solution, both characters that worked hard felt sorry for the others, and so they shared their items. Great job. Now we're going to talk about how the characters or the settings or the events or experiences were different. Well, the problem in Cardinal and Robin was that they needed to make a nest. In the other story, Ant and Grasshopper, they needed to store food. Oh, okay. Well, boys and girls, I think we did a really good job being able to compare and contrast story elements. Now, when we read a story, when we read two stories, it's a good thing to try and compare experiences that characters face so that helps you understand other stories. I think we did an awesome job, and now it's your turn to practice. Can't wait to see all the good work you do. Have fun.